What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, my sports Gematria. In this video, I want to go over some NBA games, or one NBA game in particular, for Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And I wish you guys the best luck on all your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to be looking at the Phoenix Suns versus Philadelphia 76ers. That'll be the game that we're going to be looking at today in this video. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the road team up top, their season record, their coach's record, their road record, any other notes I want to add. In the middle is the head-to-head record between the two teams all time and for this season in particular. And then at the bottom is the home team, their season record, their home record, their coach's record, and any other notes that I want to add to go with. So let's go ahead and just jump right into the Suns versus the Sixers. Let me get a bigger screen up here. Okay. Suns versus the Sixers. All right. So what I usually do is I start with the home team, go over some numbers for the home team, and then I go over some numbers for the away team. So for this particular game, let's start with the Sixers, the home team. If the Sixers were going to win this game, what are some things that we can point to that would allow it for the Sixers to win this game? Well, one thing that we can say is this is the Suns' 54th game for the season. This is the Sixers' 54th game for the season. The Sixers can get their 59th all-time head-to-head win against the Suns. If we write out the number 59, 59 sums to 54. That could be one thing. Another thing that we can say is today has 16 date numerology on the Gregorian. Today has 39 date numerology on 16 date numerology on the Gregorian. It's the 39th day of the Gregorian New Year. Sixers, they can become 33-21 for a season record with the win. 16, if you write out 16, 16 sums to 33. Also sums to 39. But 21, if you write out 21, 21 sums to 39. And so Sixers could become 33-21 for a season record. 16 date numerology, the 39th day of the Gregorian, 16 sums to 33 and 39, and 21 sums to 39. Today has a 52 date numerology on the Gregorian, 52 sums to 43. Suns would sit on 43 wins for the season with a loss. Suns coach, he would sit on 128 regular season wins as a coach for the Suns with the loss. Today being the 39th day of the Gregorian, 39 sums to 128. And the Sixers, they would become 59-71 all-time head-to-head against the Suns with the win. Sixers would sit on 71 all-time losses as the Suns coach gets his 71st loss regular season as a coach for the Suns. And then Suns would sit on 21 road wins to go along with Sixers sitting on 21 losses. 21 sums to 39, the 39th day of the Gregorian. 52 date numerology, 52 sums to 124. Sixers can get their 15th home win for the season. 15 written out sums to 124. And Suns played yesterday. They're on a back-to-back. So they played yesterday and won on the road. So we'll see if they'll give a full effort here today as well in this game. But one last thing. This is the 130th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. You write out the number 43. It sums to 59, and it sums to 130. The Suns can sit on 43 wins for the season with a loss and the 130th all time, as the Sixers get their 59th all time head to head win against the Suns. 43 sums to 59 and 130. So those would be the numbers for the Sixers to win this game. Some numbers for the Suns to win this game. One thing we can say is today has a 32 date numerology on the Gregorian, but it also has a 32 date numerology on the Hebrew religious side. And there's also 158 date numerology on the Hebrew religious side. And if we write out the number 32, I can spell it correctly. 32 sums to 158. So 32 date numerology on the Gregorian, 32 date numerology on the Hebrew religious, and 158 date numerology on the Hebrew religious. The Sixers could sit on 32 wins for this season with a loss, as their coach sits on 1,024 wins regular season for his career. 1,024. 1,024 has a square root of 32. So the Sixers can sit on 32 wins, as their coach sits on 1,024 wins regular season with the loss, which has a square root of 32. Today with 32 date numerology on the Gregorian, 32 date numerology on the Hebrew religious, 158 date numerology, 32 sums to 158. Suns coach, he would get his 302nd regular season win for his career, which kind of looks like a 32 to go along with it. And the Sixers, they would get their 22nd loss for the season, as the Suns get their 22nd road win for the season. Today is the 39th day of the Gregorian. 22 written out sums to 39. And then the Suns, the Phoenix Suns, it's their 54th game for the season. It's the Sixers' 54th game for the season. Sixers coach, he can get his 45th loss as a coach for the Sixers regular season with the loss. If you write out 45, it sums to 54. It also sums to 126. And this is his 126th regular season game as a coach for Sixers. So he can get his 45th loss. 45 sums to 126. It also sums to 54. Sixers 54th game. Suns 54th game. Suns can get their 44th win for the season. 44 also sums to 54 and 45. So those would be some numbers for the Suns to win this game. Suns would sit on 10 losses for the season, as they become 1-0 head-to-head against the Sixers, like 10 for the season. So that is what I have for this particular game. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you some insight. One last thing, though, before I take off, I just noticed this would favor the Sixers. Sixers coach, he can get his 82nd regular season win as a coach for the Sixers. And today is February 8th, written 2/8 or 8/2, whichever way you want to look at it. But yeah, those are both sides for you guys. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you insight to the game, gets you started on a decode, adds to something that you already have. I wish you the best of luck in this particular game. Hopefully you win all the money in the world. And I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the support. And I'll see you in the next video.